Sam Heughan has always been the man of mystery. For years, the Outlander star has kept his personal life hidden behind a carefully constructed wall of charm, humor, and red carpet professionalism. Fans have grown accustomed to speculation, rumors, and whispers about who he might be dating, but never once did they expect him to break the silence with a thunderclap. Yet that's exactly what happened when Sam stepped onto the stage at a recent press event and stunned the world with a revelation no one saw coming. He and Brynn Whitfield are getting married. The moment unfolded almost casually, which only made it more shocking. The press had gathered expecting updates on his theater work, his spirits business, or even hints about his post-Outlander career. Instead, Sam leaned into the microphone, smiled, and said, "There's been a lot of talk, a lot of speculation. So let me make it simple. Brynn and we're getting married." Silence. Gasps. Cameras clicked frantically, capturing the instant history was made. For fans who have long imagined Sam as the eternally eligible bachelor, the announcement felt surreal. Within minutes, hashtags like #Sam and Brynn wedding and #Heughan bombshell were trending worldwide. What made the declaration so stunning wasn't just the news itself, but the fact that Sam had chosen to share it so directly. For years, he's been notorious for sidestepping personal questions, deflecting with humor, or refusing to address speculation outright. Now, he had laid it bare. Brynn Whitfield, the vivacious and unpredictable Real Housewives of New York star, was the woman he intended to spend his life with. The crowd of reporters erupted, shouting questions. When? Where? How did he propose? Sam, ever composed, laughed them off. "Details will come," he said. "Right now, I just wanted to say it out loud. It's time." The reactions were immediate and explosive. Fans took to social media in waves of disbelief and excitement. One stunned Twitter user wrote, "I swear I just dropped my phone. Sam Heughan is actually getting married?" Another, clearly heartbroken, posted, "He was supposed to be ours. I can't believe this. It feels like a betrayal." On Instagram, Brynn's page was flooded with comments ranging from heartfelt congratulations to harsh accusations of opportunism. The announcement also sent the media into overdrive. Within hours, every major outlet had picked up the story. Entertainment blogs churned out speculation about the wedding date, while tabloids began crafting wild theories about secret engagements and hidden romance timelines. Morning shows debated the news, with one host dramatically declaring, "This is the end of Sam Heughan the Bachelor, and the beginning of Sam Heughan the husband." For many fans, the shock came from how quickly the story escalated. Rumors of Sam and Brynn's connection had only recently begun to surface. A few blurry photos, some cryptic social media posts, and now, confirmation not only of a relationship but of marriage. "It feels like we skipped chapters 1 through 9 and went straight to the epilogue," one fan joked. Others, however, saw the announcement as proof that Sam had finally found the courage to embrace love publicly. "He looks happy," one supporter commented. "And if Brynn makes him happy, who are we to judge?" That sentiment was echoed by others who argued that after years of carrying the weight of fan expectations, Sam deserved to live his truth, even if it shattered illusions along the way. But not all reactions were positive. Some fans expressed anger at what they perceived as secrecy, accusing Sam of lying by letting people believe he was single for so long. The phrase, "We've been lied to," began trending again, echoing earlier scandals tied to his rumored relationships. For those fans, the wedding announcement wasn't a romantic milestone, it was a betrayal. Through it all, Sam remained unshaken. He posed for photos, fielded questions with charm, and made it clear that he had no regrets about going public. "Life is short," he said, his Scottish lilt softening the weight of the words. "Love is worth celebrating." By the end of the day, one thing was undeniable. Sam Heughan had changed the narrative. He was no longer just Jamie Fraser, the unattainable romantic hero. He was a man about to embark on a very real love story, with Brynn Whitfield at his side. And whether fans were heartbroken, thrilled, or simply stunned, the announcement had left the world hanging on every detail of what comes next. If Sam Heughan's wedding announcement was a bombshell, the aftermath was nothing short of a cultural earthquake. The ripple effects spread far beyond his immediate fandom, turning into one of the most talked about celebrity stories of the year. Overnight, the Scottish heartthrob transformed from Hollywood's most eligible bachelor into a man spoken for, and the world had a lot to say about it. The media frenzy was immediate and relentless. Tabloid covers screamed with headlines, "Sam's secret bride revealed," and "The wedding that broke the internet." Entertainment shows speculated wildly about the ceremony. Would it be held in Scotland, with a fairy tale Highland castle as the backdrop? Or would the couple opt for New York glamour, drawing from Brynn Whitfield's reality TV roots? Every detail, or lack thereof, was scrutinized. For Brynn, the spotlight intensified dramatically. Overnight, she went from a Real Housewives star with a loyal but niche following to one half of a transatlantic power couple. Some outlets praised her as the woman who captured the most guarded man in Hollywood, while others painted her as opportunistic, accusing her of using the relationship to boost her profile. Social media echoed the divide. Supporters flooded her pages with congratulations, calling her the luckiest woman alive. Critics, however, accused her of stealing Sam away from fans' fantasies, questioning her intentions at every turn. Sam's fandom, one of the most passionate in television, was equally split. On one side were those celebrating. "He deserves this," wrote one fan on Twitter. "After giving us Jamie Fraser for all these years, it's time he gets his own happy ending." Another added, "If Chrissy approves, we all should." Supporters clapped back at critics, insisting that fans had no right to dictate Sam's personal life. On the other side, though, the backlash was loud. Some longtime fans felt betrayed by the suddenness of the revelation. "It feels like he kept us in the dark for years, only to drop this on us," one frustrated fan posted. "We were invested in him as the charming single guy. This changes everything." In private fan groups, the phrase, "we've been lied to," resurfaced yet again, fueling heated debates and creating visible fractures within the community. Meanwhile, the press continued to stoke the fire. Analysts pointed out how drastically the announcement could shift Sam's brand. For years, he has been marketed as the fantasy figure, the strong, romantic Highlander whose bachelor status kept fans endlessly intrigued. Marriage, some argued, could puncture that fantasy. Part of his appeal was always that sense of availability, one entertainment columnist wrote. By tying himself publicly to someone, especially a reality TV personality, he risks alienating a portion of his most loyal fanbase. Others disagreed, seeing the move as bold and refreshing. In a media landscape filled with secrecy and scandal, Sam's straightforward admission was seen by some as a breath of honesty. "He took control of his own story," one commentator said on a morning show. "Instead of letting tabloids spin rumors, he announced it himself. That's powerful." Brynn's sudden rise in the global spotlight came with its own storm. Her every move was dissected, her fashion choices, her past relationships, even her most casual Instagram posts. Clips from Real Housewives resurfaced, with critics using them to question her suitability as Mrs. Heughan. Supporters, however, argued that her outspoken confidence and bold personality balanced Sam's reserved, private nature perfectly. Even Chrissy Heughan, Sam's beloved mother, was pulled into the spotlight. Though she has always lived quietly as an artist in Scotland, tabloids speculated endlessly about her reaction to the wedding. Some reports claimed she had already welcomed Brynn with open arms. Others suggested tensions, spinning stories about cultural clashes and generational differences. None of it was confirmed, but that hardly stopped the narrative from snowballing. As the frenzy grew, Sam remained characteristically calm. When pressed by reporters in the days following his announcement, he stuck to his message: "Love is worth celebrating." His refusal to be rattled only deepened the intrigue, leaving fans desperate for more details while also respecting his composure. Yet the underlying question lingered: what would this mean for Sam Heughan's future? Would his fanbase adjust, embracing the reality of a married Sam rather than clinging to the fantasy of Jamie Fraser? Would Brynn thrive under the pressure of global scrutiny, or would the constant media storm strain their bond? What was clear was that Sam's announcement had changed everything. The line between fiction and reality, always blurred for fans who saw him as Jamie, had been shattered. In its place stood a new chapter, one that fans couldn't control, only watch unfold. For better or worse, Sam Heughan had rewritten his story. And whether the fandom cheers or revolts, the next act, his wedding to Brynn Whitfield, promises to be the most dramatic plot twist yet.